We're following some breaking news in the congressional investigation into the Washington Commanders, and House lawmakers have accepted team owner Dan Snyder's offer to testify remotely. Adam Longo broke the news earlier this afternoon. And Adam, this comes after weeks of back and forth between Snyder and the House Oversight Committee.
Yeah, there's been so much of this back and forth, hasn't there been, Leslie? And I've got to stress this to you right off the top. Dan Snyder's sworn testimony is not a done deal. Let me explain why. So the back and forth between members of the House Oversight Committee and Dan Snyder's attorney, Karen Patton Seymour, it concluded last week with Seymour telling the committee that Snyder would appear for testimony over Zoom on July 28th or 29th. And here's the key part. He would appear on one of those days if due process concerns could be resolved. Well, today, House Oversight Committee Chair Carolyn Maloney sent a letter to Seymour accepting the offer for Snyder to appear Wednesday, July 28th. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. But some of those due process concerns, they remain unresolved. For example, Dan Snyder's team wants to limit the scope of questioning to historical workplace cultural issues. The committee's letter today indicates they want testimony from Snyder that is full, complete, and unrestricted. So that's just one roadblock. There are many more, and I've laid those out in my digital story at WSA9.com. But here's the bottom line. The ball is in Snyder's camp now. The committee has set a high noon deadline of tomorrow to get a response from Snyder's camp. Now, throughout this entire congressional investigation into the hostile workplace and misconduct allegations at the Commanders, Snyder's attorneys have pledged complete cooperation with Congress. So that dates back to October of last year. Here we are now, 9 months later. Let's see what happens by noon tomorrow.
I suppose if he shows up, then we'll know.
Then we'll know, exactly.
All right, thanks, Ads.